Today, we will study something else, not the continuation of Bhagavad Gita. This is from Japanese philosophy. The reason we will be doing this is to understand that the tenets of philosophy, the tenets of Vedanta, are eternal and not place or time bound. Eternal means time bound. No? It's not time bound. Neither it is place bound. So this is a kind of a confirmation that we get that what we are studying, what we are planning to base our life on, is the ultimate truth. It's not a religious precept which applies in a particular place at a particular time for a particular set of people to address a particular problem. This is Vedanta. It is Sanatana Dharma. So when we say Dharma, we understand in our limited perspective, Dharma is the right thing. No, Dharma is a certain way of living based on these eternal truths. These truths do not change. These laws do not change. Let me share the So there was a famous dual swordsman, a man who had two swords, one a big one, another a small one. His name was Miyamoto Musashi. You and I might have not heard, but he is a legendary swordsman in Japan. He has fought 62 battles. A battle at that time for a samurai, he was a samurai, is not a battle of show. It's a battle of, do you know what a samurai used to do? Anybody know? Have you heard of samurai?
Something like wrestling?
No. So that's what. So samurai is a person who used to protect a landlord, right? But these were not, some of them were hired, some of them were not. But they lived their life based on certain fundamental rules, very, very disciplined. So a samurai would fight to live or die, to protect the honor. Now, Miyamoto fought 62 such battles, 62, life and death. Not a show, but life and death. And he won all 62. This was his legend. Even if you happen to go to Japan and you say Miyamoto Musashi, yeah. They all like, oh, you know about him. Wow. So in his lifetime, after his duels, he retired and he came up with certain spiritual insights based on his life experience. One of those books that he wrote was The Way of Ronin. A Ronin, unlike a samurai, is different. So just to give you some information, a Ronin has no master. Samurai is a hired swordsman with a master. A Ronin doesn't. So Miyamoto Musashi was a Ronin. He didn't have any master. He used to fight the battles for the sake of the battles. He wanted to win. Like how Arjuna is told by Krishna to fight the battle for the battle. Right? Now, in this way of Ronin, he has written 21 precepts. Precept is one-liner. 21 ways of how to live life. First, before that, Swami Vivekananda said, there are eternal truths which are based on the nature of man himself, and which must endure as long as man himself endures. Man, woman, doesn't matter. What is it? These eternal truths are Vedanta, a dharmic way of living life. So it doesn't matter from where, who. Everybody who is philosophically bent will come to these eternal truths. That is where you get the confirmation that what you're doing, what you're studying is right. You're not being brainwashed or schooled or maybe, cultish. No, it is not that. This is eternal truth. So cult will have a particular set of ideas. Religious principles will have set of ideas. So you know now, you're not in that. So he says this. In this, it's called the path of aloneness. There's a word for that, Dokkodo. Dokkōdō means path of aloneness. So he was alone, and a path of aloneness is possible for a samurai, for a Ronin, when he follows these principles. And these principles are exactly what we have been studying in Vedanta. It's called 21 Principles, he writes in a small book called, not a book, a page, one page, called Dokkōdō. It's called Way of the Ronin. First, now I don't know anybody knows Japanese, but even I don't know, but it says, Yoyo no michi no sumuku koto nashi. Meaning what? I will not oppose the ways of the world. Now let's discuss this. I will not, this is the first principle, I will not oppose the ways of the world. What does he mean by this? See, this is from experience, a lifetime experience, maybe 70 years of fighting life and death. Can you believe life and death? I mean, I know you can, even fighting in a boxing ring is very scary. Imagine life and death, meaning you will not live. If you lose, you die. And in a samurai culture, you can't lose and live. You know, they have this self-sacrifice thing. I don't know if you heard of it. Honor is the greatest tenet for samurai. Honor. You cannot be dishonored. Even now in Japan, honor is the greatest thing. The topmost principle for them is honor. So, I don't know if I mentioned to you about this. In Japan, there are companies which help you get out of this situation where, let's say, you had committed a dishonorable act. For example, maybe you cheated in the company, or maybe because of whatever reason, or you had an extramarital affair or whatever, something dishonorable you have done. Now they cannot handle that. They usually, Japan has one of the highest rates of suicide because of this principle of honor, which is many times misplaced. They go and commit, or they even go to certain companies which will let you change your entire personality in terms of they will give you a new passport, they'll give you a new social security number if there is something like that, they'll give you a new name, they will shift you to a new place because you cannot be dishonorable. So a Ronin, a samurai, honor is the greatest. So if you lose, you die. So in that experience, he says this. With that experience, imagine the intensity of his life. It's not like our life, full chill, full intensity. I will not oppose the ways of the world. What does he mean by that? Meaning what? Give up? A samurai never gives up, right? If you say, I will not oppose, I will give up, whatever happens, happens. ठीक है ना? तो क्या है samurai? ये samurai, ये fighter क्षत्रिय थोड़ी है ये. क्षत्रिय थोड़ी give up करेगा. But he's saying, I will not oppose the ways of the world. Tell me now what it is.
It means I'll face everything.
I'll face everything. Okay. What else? What else?
It means like that only. No, I will do duty towards the world. World means I will do it.
Sorry, say that again. You got a little broken there.
It means I'll do.
What were you saying? Couldn't hear. You're breaking up.
Means whatever duties are to be done, the worldly duties, I will do that as a duty.
Right. See, I will not oppose the ways of the world. Right. So whatever the world gives you, it's a prasad. Whatever situations come to you, it's God's prasad. Now, so you will not fend yourself all the time. You would maybe mend it or bend yourself. You understand, right? You will not oppose, you will not fend yourself all the time. You may mend it if it's possible, or you will bend. Meaning what?
Means what you can change, you'll try to change, and what you cannot, then you will not force.
So you will adjust. You will adjust.
What is right? I mean, that only means that you do what is right,
Accept.
whatever the circumstances, right?
So when situations come, he accepts everything the way it comes. There is no complaint in life. See, it's from his experience he's saying, and his experience we cannot compare. It's too intense. He has experienced life up close. We have not gone through that experience. So he has got vast experience, depth of experience. So when he says that, it sticks. I will not oppose. But he's always been fighting. He's opposing his opponents, right? He's won. That means he's killed 62 people. But when he does that, it's called the way of Ronin, meaning it's the way of a flow, it's called. So when his duty comes, he performs his duty, like how Krishna is incessantly telling Arjuna, perform your duty. Do not get yourself inside that. Do not bring your equation in it. Accept everything just the way it is. If you can change it, please. As a Kshatriya, you must. We are all Kshatriyas, right? In certain aspect, we are all Kshatriyas. There is a Kshatriya part of in us. How much content is different, but it is there. So that Kshatriya part must change if you want to change the world, if it's possible. But it is the way it is. Why does my son not talk to me? Try and talk to him. But if he doesn't respond, it is the way it is. I will not change the world. I will not oppose the ways of the world. Because everything is His grace. Karma Yoga is this, to be in the flow of doing your activities, possible to change or else bend, but keep doing your activities. Guru says, what cannot be cured must be endured. There is no point in complaining. Why doesn't my son talk to me? Or why is this government like this? Why do they dig up the roads just right before monsoon? In near academy yesterday and day before I was there. There is a railway station right near Malavli railway station. It's like 5 minutes away from railway station. They have dug up the whole thing because they wanted to build a flyover from the railway station because that's a very jam-packed place because the train comes and there's a huge, especially in monsoon times, it's Bhaja caves, Karla caves are there. Not Karla, Bhaja caves, and all that, forts are there. So everybody wants to go there. It's like because of Instagram and all that, it's become such a touristy place and there are a lot of waterfalls, a lot of accidents. So people, in monsoon, you cannot come to the ashram on Saturdays and Sundays. You'll be stuck for 1 hour. We used to get stuck outside ashram for 1 hour. It used to be like this. So they are trying to build a flyover. Now, when is the ideal time to dig the road and build a flyover? After monsoon, right? Just after monsoon, maybe wait for a month, November. They have dug up the road now. Now, if you dig the road now, the entire villages there, Bhaja and that villages, they're dependent on the business of monsoon. Gone? Is there any thinking there? No. Now, can you do anything? Are you in that sarpanch circle? No. You must endure. This is the way. Certain things you cannot change. Certain things you can. What cannot be cured must be endured. Assess the world around you and have the right expectations. Yes, Raviji.
This statement can be looked at from two angles. One is negative and the other is positive. The negative is that I will not oppose the ways of the world. You fold hands, lie down, and you give up. The positive way of looking at it is that whatever nature has given, I have to accept it. In other words, I cannot change the laws of the nature. I have to accept it. Monsoon will come, yes, at a time. I cannot keep on cribbing about it. Summer will come, I cannot crib about it. And the example which you gave about this plywood being made over there and the entire road being dug up, yes, there are certain things which are done in a certain way, and you cannot do it. Possibly, what happens is that the budget is sanctioned in the month of April and they start doing it. But then you cannot do it unless it is a very collective effort and then you make a change. So there are two ways. So best is accept nature the way God has made the nature, accept it.
So, given the context of Miyamoto Musashi, given the context, there is no negative way of looking at it. Miyamoto Musashi, given the context, is the only positive way. Because he is not a person who would give up. That's not him. He is a Kshatriya. So, based on his experience of not giving up ever in his life, winning 62 life and death battles, there's only one way to look at it, is the positive way. Without the background, I take your point. But that's why I gave you the background very clearly. He is a Kshatriya. He has never given up in his life. But he says, I will not oppose the ways of the world. So I will not oppose. So he understands, he assesses the world the way the world is. He has the right expectations. He will not have more or less. It's not that no expectations. ऐसे नहीं होता है. You have to have some expectations of certain things. What is that expectation? You must have a right expectation. The moment you lose that assessment, you forget that assessment, your expectations are wrong, you get agitated. Though you have experience in that area, the moment you forget that your assessment, you're gone. You get hurt. The world doesn't hurt you. You get hurt because your assessment is wrong. Next. To share this. I will not seek pleasurable activities. Hmm? Minita no shimi o takumutsu. I will not seek pleasurable activities. ये क्या है? See, this is a philosopher. He will never give it to you in explanation. You have to think. You have to think. See, you may be thinking 62 लोगों को मारा है, कितना जल्लाद है, पर कैसे किया उसने? अर्जुना ने हजारों को मारा है, हजारों को मारा है, पर क्या था उसके दिमाग में? कैसे किया उसने? वो इंपॉर्टेंट है. So he's saying, I will not seek pleasurable activities. What is he meaning? First thing you will think, sir, what are you suggesting? Boring life. How can you say, sir, I will not seek? So are you saying seek painful activities? ये क्या है? क्या है? There is a word for that. People who go for negative pleasures, then like pain. There's a word for that. I forgot. So what does he mean? I will not seek pleasurable activities.
He's amplifying the first statement where he says he will not oppose the ways of the world. It's just an extension of that.
How?
Because when you say you will not accept the ways of the world, you will accept whatever comes your way. So in the same way, you are not seeking anything pleasurable. Whatever comes in your way, you're accepting it.
See, whatever comes in your way is different from I will not seek pleasure.
You don't crave for it, no. You don't. I mean,
so
you don't.
No,
You
he's
you
saying
don't
I will
make it.
not seek. I will not look for pleasurable activities, he's saying.
Pleasurable activities are all connected to body.
Okay.
So from the body level, he will not seek any pleasurable
But
activities.
he didn't say body level only, na?
No, he didn't say that. But if I'm thinking that pleasurable activities are connected to body, so I'm saying that.
So I would say even mind. Or else he has to just give us that
Yeah, because then the
condition,
body-mind connection has to be there only. Then only it will materialize, no?
कंडीशन देना चाहिए उनको, ऐसे ही ऐसे लिमिटेड.
So now you can take this in whichever way you want because it is not specified, no?
That is the problem now. So if then he would run into a problem that you will take it whatever it is. So when he says something, it is universally applicable. See,
So whoever thinks it from whichever level is correct.
In all levels, I will not seek pleasurable activities. I will not seek. मैं प्लेजर के पीछे भाग. सी ये कौन बोल रहा है? बंदा was got that experience of life. He is saying मैं प्लेजर के पीछे भागता नहीं, मैं सीख ही नहीं करता उसको. तो लाइफ पूरा कितना बोरिंग होगा उसका. नहीं ना. Most contented person, I would assume, because he's written these philosophical principles. Without contentment, you cannot write these principles. ऐसे नहीं आता है. An agitated person cannot write this. I won't seek pleasurable activity.
That means you be satisfied with what you have. And no intoxicants when people go, that they seek pleasure there. So same way, you should be content to what you have.
वो तो first point हो गया.
And no, and intoxicants when you go to get pleasure out of it, You should not go for that.
So, okay, but it's only one aspect of it. I'd be content with whatever I have is the first principle. This is totally different. I won't seek physical pleasure. I won't seek emotional pleasure. I won't seek intellectual pleasure. I won't seek pleasure. क्या हो सकता है? Why is he saying that? I will not seek pleasure in my life. See, I will not seek pleasurable activities. So activity can be mental, emotional also, no? Physical also. क्यों नहीं? तो कैसे बंदा happy होगा? If he doesn't seek, ask and you shall be given, ऐसे है ना? Ask is not seeking and you will be given. Prayer क्या है? भगवान मुझे ये दे दो, भगवान मुझे वो दे दो. ये तो हर रिलीजन में है. Ask, ask, ask. Unless you ask, how will you get? Put the thought in the, what do you call it? In the cosmos. Put your thought in the cosmos and the cosmos will design a way to get it. See, I will not put. I will not put it in the cosmos. मैं सीख ही नहीं करूंगा इसे. Think why is he saying this? Like, then what should I do?
Because he's actually like reached that level where he that ultimate level he has reached. So any intellectual body, mind level ka pleasures is not going to, he's not going to be happy with that, because it's not like when you have got a big diamond, then why will you be satisfied with the small, small ones? So maybe he's reached that stage after killing 62 people and winning the battles. So he has realized that, okay, that was his duty because he was given a title of a samurai or whatever that is. So he performed his duty, but beyond that, he knew that, like how you said, कि कोई भी बंदा ऐसे नहीं लिख सकता. कुछ तो होगा ना उसमें, उसका कुछ एक्सपीरियंस या उसने क्या अनुभव किया वहां पर when he fought the battles. So when you sit and you sort of ruminate, then you get to know what are the that's why these 21 one-liners he's written, na?
So the title of the book is Dokkodo. What does Dokkodo mean? You must have just read that. What is Dokkodo? You remember? Anybody remembers?
You just said it, I think, na?
Yes, I showed it to you. Dokkodo means the way of the Ronin.
Yeah, you said the Ronin does not have any guru.
So the way of the Ronin is path of the Ronin. Just a second. Right. So the way of the Ronin is path of the Ronin. It's not when he has reached. So this, if he's talking from that state, let's assume he has reached, then how is it practical to us? It's not practical, man. It has to be practical. Philosophy is practical for us. Has to be. So he is giving you a way of life. The way of life is I'll accept anything that comes, which we have discussed. Second thing is, in this way of living, I will not seek pleasure, he's saying. Brilliant. I will not seek it. So it's a very practical tip for us.
So then even we are seekers. So it is still on the way. So
Yes.
All these apply to us,
Yes.
sort of we can connect to it one to one.
So he's saying don't seek pleasure to us. Then what does he mean? What am I supposed to do? Life is only seeking pleasure. So you must interpret here. The interpretation is Don't seek pleasure for its own sake. Do not seek pleasure for pleasure. True pleasure, true lasting happiness, true lasting contentment comes from indirect method. It's an indirect effort of a pursuit of something higher. When you seek it directly, it will come and it will go. I'll give you a very simple but not comprehensive example. You go and want to have a dessert, right? You go and have it. The contentment level from that versus you go and buy the dessert for your beloved. Right? There is a difference in that contentment. The physical, obviously, and mental. The mental pleasure lasts more than the physical. But this is not a correct example, as I said, but gives you an idea. So when you seek pleasure, do not seek that object for that pleasure, is what he's saying. He's saying you seek something higher. In that process, you get the pleasure that you wanted before.
Could be like how the mother will give the child and she will not eat. So she feels that pleasure, no? She will not
So that's
feel
what.
hungry. Even if she's hungry because the child is enjoying the food she's made or the content in spite of not consuming it.
True. So that has a that has limitations because
Yeah.
it's mother and daughter and all that, that's
It
a
is like
limitation.
sort of it. Yeah.
But that's the idea. So in effect, he's saying, if you want pleasure from something, you don't, you grow out of that. You understand? Meaning you seek something better, something higher in that same area. When you seek something higher, the pleasure that comes from your previous needs is completely taken care of. But if you pursue need-based pleasure, it will come and go. He understands that. And he doesn't run after sense objects. He runs after something greater. In that greater, his sensual indulgences are taken care of. Sensual indulgences. So true pleasure seems to be an indirect effort of higher cause. That stays. Pleasure from sense objects, that effect stays more rather than you directly pursuing it. It comes and goes. But if you go for something higher, this experiences, now there's another advantage in that. Even if you don't get it, doesn't matter. Because the focus is somewhere else. So because his focus is somewhere else, he's saying, I will not pursue this direct pleasure. My guru says, don't seek pleasure for its own sake in some form. I will not oppose the ways of the world. I will not seek pleasurable activities. Now, third one. Yorozu ni eko no kokoro nashi. Do not, under any circumstances, depend on partial feeling. Are you still seeing that slide now? No. Okay, check. Do not, under any circumstances, depend on partial feeling. This we know. What does he mean?
Don't look for temporary enjoyment.
No, he's saying partial feeling. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like how
Temporary.
you had said about your aunt, she used to give her children first. So it's that partial feelings, sort of. I mean, I don't know.
No, that
if
is
I'm wrong.
full feeling for the kids.
No, like I mean to say she was partial towards her children, no? Or
No,
whatever.
not like that. Partial meaning here.
So maybe I took it wrong.
Limited. That's not partial.
Okay.
Partial is not that partial.
Okay.
Partial in a limited, you can say. Do not, under any circumstances, depend on limited feeling. This you know. It's like mind and intellect का ये example है. So you get a feel that you must do this. Don't go by your feelings, he's saying. Under any circumstances. See, again, we have to go back and remember who is this man. He is no ordinary person. Vast amount of experience, life and death experiences. And he says, see, the other day, I was talking to a boy who used to professionally boxing, young fellow. And he was telling, so I was asking him, hey, why you get hurt and all that? He's saying, it's an amazing feeling. I was like, how can you say it's an amazing feeling? I cannot explain, he's saying, when you fight, it's an amazing feeling. Even somebody hits you, it's an amazing feeling, he's saying. I used to always wonder, kaise somebody's getting bleeding and all that, how is it good for you? How do you feel good? So, but he was saying that. Then in that he's saying, my teacher was a very good teacher. He used to always say, whatever you're learning here, do not use it outside. It's only for defense, only for defense. He used to grill it in them. So it's not for offense, it's for defense. So in that he was saying, when he was in the fight, one of the fights, somebody hit him and he fell down and he got so angry because he knew this fellow is no match for him. He knew his skills are better than him, but when he hit him, he fell down. He not supposed to fall, it seems, but he fell down. And he got so angry, he was saying, sir, I wanted to kill him, It's just a boxing match, Wanted to kill him and I went so hard, but eventually I lost. And I knew that I'm better than him. My coach told me, hey, marna nahi hai, khelna hai, I could listen to them, but I just couldn't handle myself. After that game, he's saying, you know what? I now understand after that game that I cannot be swayed by my emotions. And the person who has control over emotions when he gets hit, that person has more likely chances to win. He who keeps his cool. So It says, do not under any circumstance depend on partial feeling. Meaning, do not depend on what you feel is right. Because, your mind is like this, huh? Markatasya, I don't know, you must have heard about this. We have discussed this. Markatasya surapanam tato prukshika damshanam tanmadhye bhuta sancharo yadva tadva bhavishyati. Markata means monkey. Markatasya surapanam. Surapanam means having consumed alcohol. Tato vrikshika damshanam, meaning bitten by a scorpion. Tanmadhye, in the middle, bhuta sanchare, devil has gotten into it, भूत चढ़ गया उसको. अभी उसका क्या होने वाला है? यद्वा तद्वा, ये हो सकता है, नहीं तो वो हो सकता है, उसका फ्यूचर. हाँ, क्या है ये, क्यों है? What is this? Monkey having consumed intoxicant drinks drunk between bitten by a scorpion. First of all, monkey is sage-like. No, not Hanuman-like. Monkey cannot handle that monkey, right? And a monkey which has been drunk. I don't know if you have seen certain monkeys, they eat that, overripened fruit. And then they jump from branches to branches, branches to branches. On top of that, a scorpion has bitten him. Imagine the plight of the monkey. And on top of that, Bhoot has possessed him. So who is this monkey? It's our mind. So he's saying, do not depend on that mind to make your decisions. Mind is a seat of chaos. Mind is that monkey. And a feeling that comes from that mind is a delusionary view of the reality. What does he mean by that? A feeling is a delusionary view of reality. What does it mean by that? Huh?
It's a false view.
ये मेरे बारे में क्या सोच रहे हैं? मैं कैसे दिखता हूं? Any feeling based view is delusionary. Any feeling. Unless there is a supervision of intellect, you will not get the right reality. So a partial view won't give you a whole picture. A partial view of the mind. Feeling is based on whatever your internal structure is. That may not be the external reality. So that mind, see, I will not go by that partial feeling. I will never go by that view. So he applies his intellect to see what is the actual reality and then act. An emotional person always loses. And in battle, it's at most important that you keep your cool, meaning keep your intellect, keep your feelings aside. In any battle, even a verbal battle, don't get involved. The moment you get involved, बात का बतंगड़ हो जाता है. Fourth, Miyo Asaku Omeyo Ofu Kakuomo. I consider myself unimportant, but not the world so great and deep. I consider myself unimportant, but not the world so great and deep. Yes. What does it mean? This is very simple. We can explain this. I consider myself unimportant, but not the world so great and deep. To think lightly of yourself, deeply of the world. That's what he means. So we think the other way. We think deeply of ourselves and lightly of the world. Everything is about us, me. See, last time we read about that e-carpenter, no? You remember? Never before could I have believed, but I see it all now. There is no happiness unless you have clean drop thinking about yourself. Clean drop thinking about yourself. But you must not do it by halves. While even there is a least grain of self left, it will spoil it all. You must just leave it all behind and vouchsafe the personality and mind that much sympathy as to any stranger, no more, no less. So the amount of sympathy, the amount of importance you give to a stranger on the road, that much sympathy and importance you must give it to yourself, you say. Bapre. If we are able to do that, what a life. What an amazing life. And think deeply of the world. It's a great cosmos. Everything has its own purpose, reason for its existence, and everything is connected. And in that, all connections, you are one part. Though negligible, you are a part. This is what Krishna is saying to Arjuna. Play your role. Don't think highly of yourself, he says. He says, I consider myself unimportant. Opposite of important is unimportant. Unimportant means just as a stranger. The stranger is no importance to you in your life at all. He has no equation in your life. Any questions?
Vivek, I wanted to ask you, you started today's discourse by saying that this is a life of a samurai,
Samurai.
and a samurai protects his landlord. So, why are you saying that this gentleman has no master? I mean, the
Because
fact that, yeah,
because he is a Ronin, he is not a samurai. I need to give you an example of a samurai because you all know samurai. A Ronin is a samurai without a master.
okay,
This word was only new, Ronin.
Huh?
The word itself was new to hear this Ronin.
Correct.
And then when you explain that it's a
So
person
first,
who has,
you all know samurai, na? That's why I
yes,
explained what a
that is
samurai is. He lives
for
a
us to get the
disciplined,
connection between the two.
so he lives a disciplined life based on certain principles. Very disciplined, very strict in their lifestyle, like a sadhu only. But they work for somebody for money. A Ronin doesn't work for anybody. So Miyamoto Musashi was a person who lived a life just for fighting. He wanted to excel in that, like Arjuna, Arjuna tried so hard only to excel in his art. Karna was different. Karna wanted to excel because he wanted to beat Arjuna. We all think Karna was greater. No, not according to Vyasa. According to the original text, according to the original story, according to the original Itihasa, Arjuna was the greatest. Because he pursued art for art's sake. Karna pursued art to beat Arjuna. So nobody can beat Arjuna in terms of pursuing Swadharma for Swadharma's sake. He is no ordinary man. That's like Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi was no ordinary man. He wasn't working for money. He was Ronin. So there is nothing in his head but to fight. Any questions? There are 21 such precepts. It will take a long time. But we will continue from 4 next after a couple of classes. We'll finish this. Okay. If there are no questions, we'll meet next time. Om Purnamadam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We'll meet next time.
Thank you, sir.
Hari Om. Thank you.
Hari Om, sir.